That's pretty good. Okay, the first thing I have to do is peel potatoes. That's not very exciting anyway. Will Sophie be helping? Probably. So I'm gonna be making breakfast burritos today. I do them pretty simple, just a couple of ingredients, as you saw from the picture. The potatoes are definitely the hardest part. And if you watch this whole stream and you decide, hey, I want to try that, but those potatoes look pretty tough, you could just get... I used to do it with frozen potatoes, which worked just fine. The fresh ones are obviously a level up, but it's not a huge deal if you don't feel like peeling potatoes and then boiling them and then frying them. So I already washed these potatoes off before the stream because I don't really have like a way to show my sink, so I figured it would be boring anyway. So I pre-washed the potatoes. A little bit of streaming magic going on there. Coming to judge me. Hey, Blue Milk, thanks for the subscription. This will probably be one of like 3 streams, if that I do in the next month. So I'm sorry that subscription will mostly go to waste, but you get an emote where you can, you know, post my face places. And I appreciate the $5 anyway. Thank you. I'll probably talk a little bit more about Get Cooked a little later. I expect some more people to join, or people that stick around. Yeah, I'll wait until I'm very stressed out while I'm cooking to start talking about the tournament. I'm sure I'll be able to focus on it then, instead of when I'm peeling the potatoes. So, I had people vote and for what I should cook, and the 3 things that I offered were burgers, breakfast burritos, and a loaded potato soup. And I thought the potato soup would win. And of course, breakfast burritos have the most steps, so I guess it makes for a longer stream. So that's good. But the burgers and the loaded potatoes would have been much easier to do. No biggie though. That's worth it. So, you might see some things touch my countertop from time to time. I've already fully sanitized my cooking area, so it doesn't really make a difference if it touches the countertop. Everything here is safe. What is Ori saying? Low-key, if I had the ability to do this. Ori, do you have a cell phone? That's all you need. I think people would really like to watch your stream too, because like, I feel like you have a good amount of followers that are really into like your nutrition stuff since you've been losing weight, and like really like that kind of content. So I think, you know, people would enjoy that. And your chicken dishes, like the dishes that you post with noodles and stuff, will always look incredible. Yeah, I have I actually bought, like, this mount for my Nintendo Switch, that clips onto, like, you know, countertops and stuff to hold my Switch, and I would, like, use it on my bedside table at nighttime to, like, watch videos and stuff, or play Stardew Valley. So I just moved it out to the kitchen for the stream. So, I'm gonna get rid of these really quick. Oh, I actually made a little makeshift wastebasket so I don't have to walk around. Get rid of the peelings. So, if you have this problem like I do, my cutting board slides around a lot. The feet that it came with have all come off from cleaning it a bunch. One simple trick to make this not happen, you just get some wet paper towel and put it underneath, and it works perfect. Because you're going to need the paper towel to clean up your area afterwards, so it's not even like a waste to do it. So, give me just a second here. So you just lay down your paper towel, it doesn't really matter how. Boom. Now it sticks. Okay. So now we're gonna dice up the potatoes. I wish I had a picture of the finished product. I've made these before so you can see where this is going, but we're gonna dice these up. Oh, I'm gonna start the water really quick, actually, to boil these potatoes. I probably should have done that already. Let me give you the stove cam, and we can see how this one looks. I haven't lined this one up yet. That doesn't look too bad. You can see, you know, bring it down and angle it in a little. If that's possible. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So I already filled up this pot with water. We're gonna get this boiling. My biggest burner is on the front, so to get this started, since I forgot to earlier. Oh no. I cleaned this, so the liquid is preventing it from starting. Hold on, I have a lighter somewhere. Somewhere. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, do you have a lighter in your room? I know, dude. Okay, just a little improvisation there. Okay, so we're gonna salt the water. Potatoes love salt, so get a good amount in there. That's probably good. Okay, this is the risky part, taking the phone off of this clip. Whew. I got a feeling that's gonna drop into the water at some point. Oh, hey, there's my face. Okay. Back over here. Okay, so we're going to cube the potatoes. And you don't have to be exact with these. Obviously, you want to cut them similarly so they cook pretty evenly. And they're easier to eat as well. I don't really care about the shapes, but if you want to, you can waste a bunch of potato to try and cut them into squares. But I don't really care if they're like these weird shapes. It's fine with me. Cut ones in the bowl. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to boil these for about 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes, to soften them up, but we don't want mashed potatoes. So, yeah, maybe we'll do a little less, like, yeah, about 10 minutes, because mashed potatoes takes about 12 to 13, but you don't want them to be super soft. Thanks, Ace. I might not be chopping these small enough. But it's too late. I've already chopped 3/4 of the potatoes. Whatever. If you chop them, at the end we're going to fry them. You're going to have like a bigger, soft middle and less of the crunchy outside. So I guess it's sort of a preference thing, but I need to keep them consistent at this point. Okay. All the potatoes are chopped. Our water is not boiling yet, so I'm just going to set these to the side and start working on the other thing. Okay, green pepper. My brother showed me this way to cut all of the seeds out in like one go, but I just messed it up. Don't really want the seeds for green pepper. They don't add to the flavor and they just mess the texture up. So just get rid of those. Gonna cut out the inner core here. And I cut this just deep enough that the stem came off without me having to do anything, but all of the top is still edible. This is all just regular pepper. So we're still gonna chop this part up. And we want our peppers and onions are going to be pretty finely diced, unlike the potatoes. Yeah, I kind of messed up the pepper carving, but it's a lot easier. How I did it at Subway, when I worked at Subway, was like peeling out the core with my hand and then like having to brush off all of the seeds. But if you leave the core intact and you just cut out the white parts, then all of the seeds are still stuck to the white parts and it all just comes out without making a mess. But I obviously did it wrong. I cut the core out by going too close to it. Normally, I have a food processor. Normally I would use that on the green peppers and onions, but I don't want you to watch this and think, oh, I don't have a food processor. I can't make this thing that Kevin made. But obviously a food processor makes it quicker and easier. And you get really fine, easy cuts with a food processor. But it's not a big deal. Champagne letters. Okay, now for cutting the actual pepper. It's easier if you cut it in half first, and then what you're going to do is you're going to make it into like little matchsticks. Then turn it, and then you're going to cut them however wide you want them to be. And like I said, we want ours pretty small, so I'm going to do quite a few cuts here. Okay, same thing with the other one. Okay, we have successfully diced the green pepper. Okay, and our water is boiling for the potatoes, so I'm just going to throw that in really quick. I'm not going to move the camera over, but just trust me, that's what I'm doing. Set the timer. Okay. Now now we're moving on to the onion. Onions, I thought were impossible to prepare for the longest time. And then I watched a video from somebody on TikTok that was just like, here's how you cut an onion. And it changed my life. At Subway, they had like a mandolin slicer, so you never had to like cut onions. So you cut off the one side, leave the stem in, peel the outer layer, pull that all off. Then you make one incision into the onion. This part can be pretty dangerous. And also, I've found isn't super necessary. But all the videos say do it, so I'm going to do it. Okay, make an incision. Now, across the top, you got to think about how wide you want your onion slices to be. So again, we're going to do a lot of slices here. If I'm doing something like tacos, I will only do like 5 or 6 slices, so I have some thicker onions. But these I want to cook down a little more because our sausage will be really ground up. And then, once you have your slices made, you come across the other way, and like magic, diced onion. My cutting board isn't big enough. For this, I'm losing a bunch. Make some space. Okay, so once it gets a little too hard to hold, you can put your fingers on the stem and start making cuts. Now, you'll see some of those are a little longer because I didn't make the straight cuts that long enough. And then once it gets too hard to cut down that way, you turn it this way. And you can kind of follow the lines that you made before. Cut down these last little bits here. Toss out the core. Then I'm just going to slice these down a little. This stuff is all going to get cooked down, so it doesn't need to be precise. Which is nice. Let's see if we can get this last part of the onion on our cutting board here. Okay, same as last time, make an incision about halfway through the onion. And I'm gonna pause real quick and stir the potatoes just to be safe. Once I'm done cutting everything, you will get the cooking can the whole time. I will need to go back over to the cutting board. Okay. That is it for prep. I have an avocado as well, but I will cut that up later. We'll leave that till the very end, I think. Okay, so that means we can start our pan. Okay, this probably got messed up. Oh, you're right over the boiling water. I wonder if the camera is going to get messed up. I guess I'll watch and see. Okay, that looks good. So we got our other pan here. I'm going to throw some olive oil in it. Turn this burner on to medium. Hey, I've made this dish a lot, and this is always one of the points where I make a mess. Okay, I spilled some onions right in. Lytle, thanks for the sub. Okay, so stir this up. So we're gonna add the sausage directly in with the peppers and onions. But I'm gonna let the peppers and onions cook a little bit first, just to give them a little head start to soften up a little bit. And then we'll throw the sausage in here. Stir the potatoes one more time. Excuse me. I'm gonna get a strainer ready for the potatoes. Now, your protein for breakfast burritos can be a lot of things. You could make this exact same dish with bacon, chorizo, anything like that. But we, at this household, use Bob Evans' original. Oh wait, it was right for you in the first one. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, you can pick whatever your favorite kind of breakfast meat is, basically, and slide this right in. Just gonna cut this open real quick. Drop that bad boy in there. Wash your hands because you just touched raw meat. Oh, I'm so sorry. The oven's going off. I'm sure that sounded great. Let me break this up real quick and then we'll strain out the potatoes. Alright, I'll come back to this. I'll be back to chop you up some more. Again, happening off stream because I don't have anywhere to hold my camera over the sink, but I'm straining the potatoes right now. We're done with the big pot from here on. So, after this point with the potatoes, you have to be very careful. Because you don't want them to get mashed. Like, you want them to maintain the form that they have, but they are soft. So you have to cook them without flipping them with a spatula or agitating them too much. It can be pretty challenging. Like I said, the potatoes are the hardest part of this recipe. Okay, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. To our breakfast mix. Stir that in. Let this keep going for now. In our other pan, olive oil again. Come on. And we're going to do butter too, because butter goes great with potatoes. Okay, so you're going to want this to warm up before the potatoes are in the pan. If you throw the potatoes in now, since this isn't hot, they're not going to start cooking right away, and they're just going to soak up that oil and become wet and greasy. So make sure this is hot first. Gotta keep this stirred so that way your meat doesn't like become a flat. So you just want to keep chopping it up as it gets more and more cooked, so that way it stays in little bits. Okay, our frying mixture, nice and hot now. So very carefully, away from you, so that way the oil doesn't splash on you, add the potatoes. Okay, I have a couple extra that aren't going to fit in the pan, it looks like. You don't want to put too many in there because you need them all to touch the oil. So you're kind of limited by the surface area of your pan. But you can cook these extra ones in a second run. Just mash them up and eat them or whatever. I'm just going to set them aside for now because I don't know what to do with them. They weren't part of the stream plan. Okay, so we're going to let these go for a couple minutes. Ace, the amount of dishes I've produced, I've only put one dish in the sink so far. Also, I do use less dishes when I'm not streaming, but it's easier to like putting the potatoes in containers so that way people can see them and stuff is easier to show people what's going on. Also, I wash all of my own dishes anyway, so I guess like, it doesn't really bother me how many dishes I make while I'm cooking. But it's literally only, it's like, it can be 2 pans, but I'm doing 3 to speed up the cook. But you can do the potatoes in the same pan. It just, you'd have to wait until this cooks down and then cook the potatoes afterwards, if you wanted to do that. But usually I don't want to take, 2 hours cooking a dish. Okay. While that stuff is happening, let's get our eggs ready. Time to make more dishes for Ace use. That spatula's not going to melt. Okay, it doesn't really matter how many eggs you make, so usually I just open our oldest carton of eggs in the fridge and just make however many are in there. Tonight we have 8. I'll move the spatula since Ace is concerned. Did I what? Yeah, they're fine. Okay, so when I'm making scrambled eggs, I usually try to make them pretty creamy, but with breakfast burrito, I want them to hold up for themselves inside the burrito. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of milk, but not too much. But if I was just making these just to be eaten, I would definitely add way more milk to it. potatoes that are about ready to be flipped. Our meat is getting close to being done, almost no more pink visible. We're making scrambled eggs. You can put fried eggs in breakfast burritos, but I don't know. Not really a huge fan of it, but I see some people do that. But I feel like scrambled is way more standard. Okay, get your eggs scrambled up, a nice consistent texture there. Okay, I'm starting to see a little bit of browning on the bottom of the potatoes, so I'm going to try and flip. Okay, how does the stream look? Okay, it looks a little messed up. You guys missed me flipping the potatoes, which is the best part. And now, they're a little overcooked from debugging the stream. They'll still be good though. Not too bad. Okay, we're going to turn down the heat on this. Basically nothing. Put some parsley. What you missed was me flavoring them with garlic salt, onion salt, or onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. Now we're just going to finish with some parsley. We're going to put these to the side so they don't cook anymore. I'm going to switch to this front burner. Okay, our meat mixture is pretty much done as well. So I'm going to pull this. Normally I'm not this risky, but I want to show it off to the street. I want the street to see. Okay. I'll turn off the burner for now. So I have a slotted spoon so I can get rid of a lot of this moisture. I don't really want wet burritos. To each their own, but so, almost all of my cooking skills I've learned from either watching TikToks or from my brother Matt, who is a professional chef. And he also happens to be, I don't remember his exact title, but he's like the event coordinator or like outreach management or something for Allen Neighborhood Center. So we're going to team up to run a cooking theme Smash event. Obviously with the title Get Cooked. If you look it up now, you can register smash.gg/getcooked. No space, no dash, or nothing. Just all one word, Get Cooked. And all of the proceeds for Get Cooked we're going to split the registration fee. Aura is going to collect a certain amount just for operational charges, but that'll, be something pretty small, like $100 or whatever to pay Gucci, and, well, maybe a little more than $100. Who knows? But we'll be collecting like an operations fee, but then donating everything in excess that we get. But guaranteed, every single attendee, $5 of their venue fee will be donated straight to Allen Neighborhood Center's Culinary 101 program, which is a program about teaching people basic cooking skills, how to start up restaurant businesses, how to prepare food safely, that kind of stuff. And my brother Matt happens to be heading that. So it all ties into one big thing. Learn how to cook like KJ's. Yeah, so you should sign up. It is at smashgg/getcooked. It'll be happening in Lansing, Michigan, April 9th. We're going to have doubles and singles, and there might be a money match between me and Matt, my brother, which I will announce more about later. Oh, Nightbot won't let you post the... Let's see, I'm not logged into my Twitch account either on this little laptop, so I can't post it. Anyway. Yeah, so you should sign up. I'm sure there will be carpools going out to Lansing, and you'll be able to find a way to get out there if you don't live in the area. And then it's right off of a CATA line for MSU students. You can ride the 15 or the 1 straight to the venue. So that's pretty sick. But anyway, let's get back to cooking the eggs here. So we're going to get heat back on our pan, and we can just cook these right in the pan that we did the onions and sausage and everything. You don't really have to wash it out. It's all going to be the same kind of flavor anyway. Throw some butter in there. When they say they cook with love, it just means they added that extra little dollop of butter. Melt this down. I'm gonna grab this really burnt potato in the middle here. Taste test. Oh, you guys are missing out. So, Gucci will be streaming it. We're going to do some content with Gucci. I don't know when that'll be up. We haven't filmed it yet, but we're going to film it next Saturday. Or this coming Saturday. So that'll be really cool. I'm very excited to do that. But we're going to go up to the venue and film some stuff. But I won't spoil it. You got that? Cleaning off my knife so I can prep that avocado. I use the knife to cut open the sausage, so I don't want to get any raw sausage on my avocado. Okay, this butter is nice and heated up. So we're just going to slowly pour the egg in. Don't want to make a splash or anything. Get all that gooey egg in there as possible. Okay. When you're scrambling eggs, you gotta basically constantly stir them. These suckers will cook fast. Throw a little salt and pepper in there. And my partner likes their eggs with nature's seasoning. Totally optional. But doing this for them. Oh, sorry, that probably made a loud noise. I just hit the phone clip, the phone mount. So I don't know if you can see on the phone, but it's starting to thicken up a little bit. Okay, and once it gets thicker like this, I like to throw in a little cheese for my breakfast burrito eggs. It makes them, again, it gives them a little more constitution inside the burrito so they don't just become like a squishy mess. So I'm going to do that real quick. Cheese for later. See, I stopped stirring. Now it's solidified a little. That's okay. So what you can do if you want to, this will still be warm, but if you want to, you can throw this in the same pan with the potatoes. Yeah, sure, why not? I always leave the eggs separate because eggs go bad a little quicker than this breakfast burrito mixture does. So I won't be mixing the eggs in there, but you can mix the eggs in there too. It makes the burritos really easy, easy to assemble if you don't think you're going to keep leftovers. If you think you've got enough wild animals to eat all your burritos. Okay, starting to really thicken up here. Scrambled eggs can be pretty tricky because there's like a very small window of like these are good eggs versus these are burnt. And like I said, I like to overcook them a little tiny bit for burritos. I would probably pull them right now if I was serving these just to be eaten. But I want to see... I want them to be a little less shiny. That's how you can tell. Alright, we're going to cut it here. Take these off the heat. Pretty much done. But what I was going to say, if you're worried about this getting cold, you can mix it all together, put it on a burner, put it at low heat. But it's not really necessary. Because you can still see the steam coming off of them. It stayed pretty hot while we were making the eggs. I'm just mixing the potatoes in. Okay, let's assemble. I'm gonna move you over to the... I guess we'll assemble it and then I'll move you over again. Right now you're just looking at the ground. Oh no. Bad Twitch producer. Okay. I've got my tortilla. Get a scoop of meat and potatoes. Get a little scoop of eggs. Now, I put hot sauce on mine, but my partner does not like hot sauce or anything spicy. Just throw a little bit of cheese. This one is for my partner. Voila! I am gonna deliver this and I will be right back. And I'll show you cutting an avocado. One last trip over to the prep station. Camera angle still good? Yeah. Okay. Avocado. Avocados can be kind of intimidating, but I'm going to show you an easy way. Oh, I don't think this one is done. I don't think this is ripe. Whatever. So, cut it open. Core came out. Usually you can cut the core out too. You just hit it with the knife and pull it out, but it just came out easy peasy. Now, you're going to make little ribbons inside of the avocado without peeling it. This is easier with a knife with a point, but I did not use my pointed knife today. Okay, you probably can't even see the cuts. Okay, now after you get the slices, you're just going to peel it. Wait, you're just going to peel it. Yeah, this definitely isn't a very ripe avocado. It's okay. Normally a more ripe one, the shell would just come right off. Improvise, improvise. And then you'll see they come out as little slices. Just kidding. This is a bad demonstration. Here's some slices. Let's see if this one worked better. What's up, Bam? Bam, has Gucci asked you to come film content with us? I messaged him earlier today and he didn't respond to me. He did. Okay. You better come. Not optional to be my friend. Man, I really got avocado all over myself. But usually this works better if the avocado is more ripe. But it is an easy way to make slices if you just cut it inside of the shell. Trust me. I know this kind of looks like a mess afterwards, but it actually works really well. Usually. Messy food equals good food. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna assemble mine real quick. Let me get all this avocado out of my hand. That's okay, sometimes things get messed up, but, you know, it actually doesn't really make a difference, because it's still just gonna go right onto my burrito anyway. And like I said at the beginning of this stream, this is like a very basic burrito. And you can add in tons of stuff to make this more complex. Like if you wanted spicy, you can add peppers, like jalapenos. Very easily, you can just throw them in with the rest of the onions and peppers at the beginning. You can add hot sauce, which I'm about to do. You can get cilantro and limes. Those also level up any Mexican style dish. Throw some avocado on there. And then I'm actually going to kill the stream so I can take a picture of this. I'll try and give you guys a good camera angle at the end. Burrito slaps, by the way. They're verified by somebody that isn't me. The burrito